Brett Johnson, do-it-yourself buck stove. Got my little pad here I put in. This is a house from the 1940s. There was no insulation. I remodeled these walls also. Anyway, I had a little problem here on my switch. Oh, last year, close to spring, I just dealt with it about a month. And let's see here. On this switch right here, this is my new one. It's got 3 different positions. Right here, it works off the thermostat. There's our thermostat, okay. Had to look up a wiring diagram. This is I want to say this is a Buck 2700. Now, I drilled holes and I re-threaded some holes to move my knobs right here. Because I don't have a chimney. I have a stack going up right here that I manufactured by fabricating metal, okay, and saved a little money that way. That square right there, that's a piece off a washing machine, or no, a dryer. No, a washing machine. That's the top door to a washing machine that I cut a hole in, and then I painted with high temp. This is where all my money went, was into the high temp paint, which I bought at Advance Auto. And it just looks so good. I just kept putting more and more of this stuff on it at $12 a can. So I want to say I put about, I did the stove, did the back of the stove, cleaned it all up, you know. I'd say I used a good 7, 8, 9 cans of that stuff. Alright, so that's what I got going on here. Rewired that. Here's my motor. Took my motor out. I had to put the fan blade back on my motor. Last year it fell off. And I know it's hard to order that stuff. So I re-threaded some screws. And I tapped out, some threads. And I just screwed it into the shaft. And it works good. You want to be real careful. There's not much play in there. So what I do is I keep this bolt loose, or this self-tapper, I keep it loose. And I got another one. I didn't put 2 in right there because the holes didn't match up. I think I went sideways with it this round. So I took all these wires out and extended them. And I put some fiberglass shield from some old house wiring around those wires, which is just wiring from the house when they wired this house up back in the 40s. This is what wire looked like back then. It's a higher quality Romex, no doubt. So I watched another video about maybe pulling some air from the outside instead of the inside of my house. Here's my humidifier. I put cinnamon shit like that in there, whatever smells good. But my stove draws from this hole right here. This is called a Buck Stove 3-wall. It's got 3 walls. It's pretty small inside there. There's hot air coming out right here. Okay, it's blowing out right here and right here. It's drawing from right here and over here. All right. So I understand that pulling air from outside from like your crawl space or basement's kind of a good idea. I might try that out, see how it works. And so it goes through there, and I'm not gonna go up in the attic, but I just cut a big hole in my roof. And you can't have metal up against wood. I've got old oak wood and stuff that's flammable in my attic. I've had this going for about 3 months now, so I don't think it's gonna burn the place down. It did leak water on about 2 occasions. Fabricated. I'll show you the outside here now, where I got more paint, flat black, high temperature. It's a ceramic paint. You need to cure it 3 times. Let it cool, heat it back up to about 400 degrees, let it cool again. It says you have to heat it to 600. Puh. I just heated it to about 400. Let it cool back down. Oh, by the way, I did my glasses in that paint too. Check out my glasses. See there? I cured those too. Haven't had too many problems. I think it looks pretty stylish. And so you can see there, I put a piece of aluminum down. And then the, let's see here, the silicone, that's just paintable caulk. $3.50 a tube at Lowe's. I put about 3 tubes of caulk on it. Thing is, it cracks when it gets cold and hot, so it kind of cracked and let water in. So I had to hit it a couple more times. But we had a pretty good rain 2 days ago, and I didn't have any leaks. So in the actual attic, I took an aluminum rectangle, and I wrapped it into a tube that gave that tube another 3 or 4 inches around the outside diameter of it, where it could have some space there where that hot pipe wasn't right up against my wood. So that's how I did it. And you have any questions? Oh, I wanted to tell you that the original switch on it only had 2 settings. Buck Stove, when I called them, this came from Buck Stove, this switch, North Carolina. It's got 3 settings. It's on thermostat right now. So now we're off. And now we're on forced high. Okay? Forced high, right there. Alright. I'm going to set it back to off. I'm going to turn it back on because the fire is pretty hot right now. That'll be it.